is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we are talking about 11 things, 11 things to help you when you are feeling overwhelmed, depressed, sad, and stressed. All right, so I'm just gonna be real right off the bat, guys. Life is not easy. It's not easy for any of us. I mean, if you look at me right now, I kind of, unlike some of my other YouTube channels, YouTube videos, I am not really dressed today. My hair is not done. My kids are inside taking care of themselves. I feel like I have a million and one things to do. I feel like my relationships are strained in so many ways, and you know, I have like my businesses need me, and I'm not taking care of myself. I haven't gotten my workout in. There's just so much going on in my life. I have to leave town again tomorrow, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. I feel like I have so much in my life. So many, I mean, great things, but also so much stress and so much, like to the point where I literally will walk in the door and have like 3 people waiting for me, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I don't even know what to do. Who do I go to first? I have a list of 27 things right here that I need to get done. And I'll literally walk in the room and be like, it just happened. Right before I shot this video, I had a meeting and I walked in and I said, guys, I'm not gonna be able to do any of the stuff that you need me to do right now. I don't know if I'm gonna, like, I just kind of shut down and I freeze. And I know that I'm not alone. And I think when a lot of people get to that point of overwhelmment, it is easy to feel like there's no end in sight. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And I might as well go hide in my room and curl up in a ball and not move. Well, that is exactly what you should not do. But today we're gonna talk about 11 things that literally get me out of my rut every single time. They help me combat and overcome overwhelmment. Okay, so thing number 1, I know I said 11 things, but I'm actually thinking of a 12th thing right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about probably all 12. The very first thing I'm gonna say, this is a new one I'm gonna add, I wasn't planning on it. Just keep moving. I will tell you, when I walked in that door in there, like I was telling you, and I felt like I couldn't do anything, all I told myself was, okay, Heidi, just keep moving. Just do something. It doesn't matter if you pick up the fork off the table and put it in the sink, or if you go and you shut that door or close that cabinet, whatever it is, just do something. Because I know for me, the second I stop is the second I struggle even more and I go down in my hole even more. So then the second thing I want you to think about, I want you, number 2, give yourself permission to feel overwhelmed. I think oftentimes when we feel overwhelmed, we feel like we are alone, and we feel like it's not okay to feel overwhelmed. We feel like everybody else is doing great and we're not. No, guys, I want you to know it is okay to not feel okay sometimes. It is. It is okay to struggle. It's okay to stress. It's okay to take some time out for ourselves and take care of ourselves the best that we possibly can. And we need to give ourselves permission. Otherwise, we're gonna sit there feeling like we are wrong or we are broken and everybody else is whole and complete. But the reality is, every single human around you, whether they show it or not, they all have cracks. They do. But we need to keep in mind those cracks, those little breaks are also what allow the light in, and they are the things that make us grow and shine. And guys, it is okay to not feel okay. Now, I don't want you to stay there though. That's very, very important. So the third thing I want to say, third tip I have, I just did it right there. I want you to breathe. I have this thing where when I get stressed or I get overwhelmed and my mind is kind of stopping me and playing tricks on me and maybe thinking about things in the future that I shouldn't be thinking about, or things in the past that I can't change, I will literally stop myself and force myself to take 10 deep breaths. Now I have to say, on breath number 4, I actually get a little bit emotional. I start to cry a little bit, and I have a hard time making it past breath number 4 or 5, but that is okay. And I know for me, that's a cue that I need to keep breathing, and I need to let that emotion out and kind of give myself permission to feel those feelings. Tip number 4, take an emotional time out. Whatever it is that you're doing, allow yourself to break free from that. So if you feel like for me, I was overwhelmed inside with my employees and my workspace around me. So I knew I needed to get out of that position, whatever it was. I needed to distance myself from that and just put my mind on something that was gonna break me out of everything that was overwhelming me, whatever it is that you're overwhelmed with. Maybe it's your relationship, maybe it's your family, maybe it's work, maybe whatever it is, a friendship. I want you to take an emotional time out from that. This is really hard for most people because we have a hard time doing things like brainless things. But I give you permission. Go take a minute, go read a book. Maybe 10 minutes, go read a book. Go watch TV for 10 minutes. That's something I have such a hard time with. Maybe it's get on social media for 10, as long as it doesn't turn into an hour, because I know social media can be a black hole. But whatever it is, I want you to take an emotional time out. That's really, really important. Now, on the topic of time out, number 5 is take a physical time out. This is really important because, as we know, the more we work out, the more endorphins and hormones that are released that help us feel good, and that is so dang important. But when we're so overwhelmed, what is the last thing we want to do? The last thing we want to do is work out. And most of the time it's like, oh my gosh, I have 587 things to do. There's no way I can fit a workout in. And I know I am so guilty of that. Like, I feel like the world is crashing down on me. I feel like I have time for everybody else, because I can literally make time for everyone, but I have the hardest time making time for me. And the thought of actually getting my butt out to the garage here or driving to the gym and doing any kind of a workout just feels so insanely overwhelming. But guys, it's usually the thing that we are the most fearful of doing that we should do the most. And I'm telling you, a workout, it's something we don't feel like we can fit in. We don't have time for it, but I promise you, when you do it, you will feel great. And I also need you to keep in mind, a workout does not need to be an hour. You can just do 4 rounds of Tabata. I have a ton of stuff on it. Go pick one of my other 5-10 minute workouts and do that. Go to the Transform app, do one of the short workouts that we have in there. Just get your body moving, get those hormones pumping, and feel a lot better. So number 6, I want you to connect with nature. This has been so life-changing for me, and it's something I hear people talking about a lot. Like Chris talks about it. Chris started doing this thing about 5 months ago when we started going through some stuff of our own, where every single night Chris would go outside every night and he would ground himself. Like, he would either lay on the ground or he would stand on the ground and just like really root himself with nature. And he's like, Heidi, it's life-changing to me. And I kind of fought it, because I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like, that's my thing all the time. I don't have time. I have so much going on. I'm overwhelmed. I actually just recently started taking time to go running in nature. So I am essentially combining number 5, which is a physical timeout, and number 6, which is connect with nature. And it has been so amazing for me. It's not like running on a treadmill where I feel like I'm stuck inside. I'm not a rat or a hamster on a hamster wheel. I'm actually outside in nature, appreciating what I actually have in Arizona and Utah, because we're co-located. And I mean, just the cactus here in the desert, especially this time of year, it's so beautiful. And I love to go about this time of day, sunset, and actually feel just the energy of the mountains around me, and the cactus and the desert and the animals and the chirps of the birds. And it's so beautiful, and it makes me so grateful. And then in Utah, same. It's just these massive mountains literally right up in my face with right now the snow. It is one of my absolute favorite things to connect with nature. It will change you, and it has changed me. Number 7, be beneficially selfish. We talk about this a lot in mine and Chris's teachings, but be beneficially selfish. It's like, think about when you board a flight and you get on and the flight attendant says, in case of emergency, the oxygen masks will drop. If that happens, what do they say? They say, first secure the oxygen mask of the person next of you. Sorry. First secure the oxygen mask of yourself, then help the person next to you. And why do they say that? They say that because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. Your baby's gonna be shit out of luck. The old person next to you is gonna be shit out of luck. Everyone's gonna die if you don't take care of yourself. But if you take care of yourself, you can help your baby. You can help the elderly. You can help anybody around you because you have helped yourself. And that applies in life. Be beneficially selfish. Take 5 minutes out for you, whatever it is. Maybe it's that nature run. Maybe it's 5 minutes to go get a pedicure. I actually had a beneficially selfish binge last weekend because I have been struggling in my life, not to go into any details, but I'm human just like you are. And I decided I am the worst at taking care of myself. I'm the worst at actually being okay with indulging and splurging. So I got my hair done. I got my nose hairs waxed. I went on a run in nature. I got a pedicure. I got a massage. I literally just binged on all the types of self-care, and it really did feel good to pamper myself for a minute, because it's something that I don't take time out for. I'm a mom of 4, and I feel like my kids need me, and I usually have such a hard time. There's that mommy guilt or that spouse guilt. Like, what is Chris gonna think if he knows I'm getting a massage right now? And I had to literally be like, who the hell cares what anybody thinks? Because I'm gonna break, and if I can't take care of myself, I can't take care of my kids, I can't take care of my business, I can't take care of my marriage. I can't take care of anything. And so I know you've been there and you felt it. It is vitally important that you take care of yourself. And you think about, sometimes we have to ignore what we think other people are thinking about us. And we just have to be like, you know what? What do I want? Because this is my life. And if I'm living my life to make them happy, what the hell kind of a life is this? Like, and if for me to be happy right now, I need to go, get a massage or get a pedicure or take care of myself, then you know what? You need to do that. And when you do start doing that, all the people around you are going to notice you're happier, you're lighter, you have more energy, you're more willing and able to help them when they are in times of need. You can't just be there and drain yourself. Okay, so that's number 7. Number 8. I had number 8 on there twice. So there's only 11 things. I take that back. It's 11 things. Now, number 8, pray or meditate to whatever you want to. Maybe you're praying or meditating to God. Maybe you're praying or meditating, to Mother Nature or Jehovah or whatever it is that you want to pray to. You do it. Maybe it's to the spirit of the earth, or just a higher power. And maybe it's just, you're just meditating in your head and manifesting the things that you want and the things that you're grateful for. But just really there are some really great YouTube videos out there on how to pray and how to meditate. I highly recommend you look them up and just start with 5 minutes a day. Just 5 minutes where it's just you and the energy around you. I don't do this as often as I should, but I will tell you, when I do, it recenters myself and helps me focus on what's most important, and it allows me to kind of sift through my thoughts and kind of get the muck out of the way so I can focus on what it is that I should be doing. It helps me zero in on my purpose in life and really what makes me happy, and not get caught up in the crap that a lot of times I think does make me happy. So that's number 8. Number 9. So we did connect with nature. Number 9 is connect with someone. Actually taking time to connect with people is what we should do when we're overwhelmed. And I know when I'm overwhelmed, I'm like, I don't have time for people. That's kind of the theme that's the inner dialogue in my head is, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time for this. I don't have time to talk to people. But when I stop and I pick up the phone and I call my mom and I talk to her for 30 minutes just about whatever it is. Maybe I'm talking through the issues that I'm feeling. Maybe I'm listening to her issues and helping her through something. Maybe we're just laughing about something that the kids did. And maybe it's another friend. Whatever it is, I know that when I have those conversations, when I take time and I connect with another human, either in person or on phone, maybe give them a hug, it changes my world. I will tell you, I am not a human that is meant to be alone. I am meant to be with people. I thrive on people. I get energy from people, and I believe I give energy to people. And I think that's really important. There's such an amazing energy exchange, and I have so many wonderful people in my life, and I guarantee you do too. And if you're thinking that you don't, all you really need is one person. That's all you need, one person that you know you can call and just shoot the shiz with and have fun and laugh and maybe vent a little bit. I promise you, reach out to somebody when you're feeling overwhelmed. Reach out to somebody. They will definitely, whether directly pull you out of the rut or indirectly, they will help you lift you out of that rut by lifting your mood. Number 10. This is a really good one. And this is probably the thing that I do. Well, not probably. I do this every single time I'm in a rut, every single time I'm overwhelmed. If I have 700 things to do, I will literally make a list of 5 things, like 5. And it could be as simple as make my bed, brush my teeth, put away the cups. I'm not kidding you. Fill up the gas tank, with gas. Fill up the car with gas. That's a big one because that means I have to get in my car and go drive. And then maybe another one is go buy dental floss. Literally, that might be my list. Maybe it's just the first 3. But I have to make a list of things that I know that are so simple that I can actually achieve them. And I have to check them off as I go along. And sometimes if I just did something, say I just went and got the mail at the post office and I came home, I'm like, I should make a list. I will actually on my list write, get the mail at the post office, cross it off. And then I write my other things below it because I need to feel like I'm accomplishing something. When I'm overwhelmed, when I'm depressed, when I'm stressed, that feeling of accomplishment is literally the thing that gives me motivation and momentum to continue moving forward. And I build off of it. I'll usually put the easiest thing at the top. As I'm checking or crossing them off my list, I feel more and more powerful every single thing I check off that list. I'm telling you, it will make a difference. And then you can start growing your list and putting things on there that are bigger. Like, okay, I'm gonna face this person, I'm gonna call this employee or call this coworker and get this project done. Okay, I'm gonna finish this spreadsheet. And I'm not kidding you, just checking things off your list, even if 5,000 other things exist around that are not making your list, knowing that you're being productive and you're getting something done will completely shift your day immediately. And the final thing I wanna say, number 11, because we don't have 12, I was wrong. Number 11, practice gratitude. It is really easy in those moments of overwhelmment to feel like there's hopelessness or to feel hopelessness and to feel like there's nothing to be grateful for. And I know in my moments, it's like, gosh, I know I should be grateful that I have all these amazing people in my life. And I know I should be grateful that, I live in the house that I do and I have my health and I have my kids. And I know I should be grateful, but I don't feel it. I don't feel grateful. And I am grateful, so I don't want that to come across wrong, but I don't feel the happiness that comes with the feeling of gratitude sometimes. And that's normal and it's real. I don't walk around all day, every day, like happy as can be, beaming. I do most of the time, but not all the time. But for me, actually taking a minute, I have something I call my gratitude journal. And I have a practice I do every single morning, and every single morning I write 5 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And then when I'm experiencing a rut, I will either go back to that gratitude list and really think through those 5 things, or I will make a brand new list of 5 more things that I'm grateful for. And it's different for me to think about 5 things I'm grateful for as opposed to writing them down when it's tangible and I can see it and I'm having to put forth the effort to write somebody's name and maybe say why I'm grateful for that person. There's more effort and my thoughts start going more, my feelings, I'm more invested in that thing that I feel gratitude toward. And even as I'm writing, I'll start experiencing emotion and like start laughing at something that person did that day or whatever it is. And just those happy emotions, those emotions are enough to shift your day. So guys, I hope this helps you. 11 things you can do when you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and depressed, or whatever you want to call it. I promise you, even pick one of these things. I don't want to overwhelm you with things to do when you're overwhelmed, but just by picking one of these things, I promise you it will change your day. Guys, so much more to come. I want you to tell me below, what else do you want to know? What do you want me to share with you? Do you want more workout tips? Do you want more nutrition stuff? Do you just want to ask me questions? Whatever it is, comment below. Make sure you are subscribing, and I will be back next time. Bye, guys.